Hello my 6th and 7th grade students. Hope you guys are doing all right. I'm sure you miss our groups terribly and you're super upset to be working from home where you can have talkies all you want and nobody yells at you for having your phone out, but that's just what we got to deal with. So you guys are going to be receiving some of these cards. You can pick them up at Roberts. If we have to bring them to you, we will try to do that as well. You should recognize them. They are tape diagram fluency cards, and I'm just going to run quickly through how they go so you remember, but also there's one added feature. This should show you that there is a total of 12. One part is 3 and we're missing one part. So the correct answer for this card is not the answer of 9, which is a bonus, but you're supposed to try to figure out what math problem would solve for the question mark. So we're not dividing 12 into 3 groups here. We're actually taking a total of 12 and we're taking 3 away from 12 to find the missing part. So on the back, if you want to check your work, the correct answer is 12, take away that 3 to find the question mark. Again, if you know the answer, great, but that's not what we're after. We're after what math problem would solve for this question mark. In this card, we have 4 equal groups of 6, and we're looking for the total. So I know that I could add those up all together, but that's a little slow for me. I'm actually going to multiply since they're equal groups. 4 equal groups of 6 would get me question mark. 4 groups of 6 equals question mark. And you can double check your work on a calculator or count up, or maybe you know that fact. Sometimes we don't know the size of the groups and we know the total. This should trigger for us a division card. We know the total is being split up or divided into 4 equal groups. So 24 divided by 4 groups would be the answer. Awesome. And if you care to finish the work, then we know the question mark will equal 6. And then this last card, some of us are familiar with, some of us are not. We do know the total, and what this means is that we're going to split that 45 into groups of 9. So 9, another group of 9, another group of 9, another group of 9. This ... question mark means how many groups can be made. So I'm dividing 45 into groups of 9. 45 divided by 9 equals question mark. And here we have, oh, you know what, they should be counting by 9s, but you would need 5 groups of that. So that's a mistake you guys can fix. So you can run through these and you have the answer on the back. It's really good for you to practice on your own, but also maybe have somebody quiz you when you feel that you're ready. Make a pile of the ones that you know very well, and maybe make a pile of the ones you don't know as well and return to these so that you can practice those more than the ones you already know. Shuffle them up so that it's not too repetitive so you don't start memorizing some of these. But as soon as you guys are good with these, when we get back together or when you're working on some of the other assignments I'm going to give online, it's going to just make everything a lot smoother and easier. So for an example, here's a question I'm going to have you solve about 2 numbers. And if you're a 6th grader, you're working on ratio stuff. We have a big number and a small number, and they're in the ratio of 9 to 2. So here's our tape diagrams. 9 parts for the big number, 2 parts for the small number, and the problem tells us the small number must be 12. So right there, that should trigger a card like this where we know the total and we know how many parts. If the total is 12 and we're splitting it into 2 parts, it means each part is 6. And now that we know all of those groups are 6, it should trigger a card like this, which means multiplication. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, let's see, 9 times. I know there's 9 groups of 6, so 9 times 6 would get me 54, and that's how I would solve this one. 54, let's try it out. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so for you 7th graders, however, though, you have a slightly more complicated version, but you're still using your basic knowledge of tape diagrams. So for example, this is a story about somebody with a total of 85 posters. They decided to keep 29 posters, and they gave the rest of the posters to 8 of their siblings. So this is a 2-part process. In this one, we have the total 85, just like here, and we need to, if we take this 29 away, then we can figure out how much the red would be. So that's one type of fluency. 85, take away the 29. So if I know 85 take away 30 would be 55, I took too much away, so let's do 56 here. So we know this should be a total of 56, but these 56, again, just like this card, are getting divided into groups. In this card, we knew 24 needed to be divided into 4 equal groups, but on the problem we're solving, we need to divide 56 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups. So 56 divided by 8, whoops. 56 divided by 8, so let's put the 8 over here, be 7. And so what I want you guys to notice is that all of these fluencies, which you should become pretty familiar with, are just small steps in some of the larger problems that we're going to be solving together. Once you have completed your fluency, just practicing this, then you guys are going to fill out this log where you're going to put today's date, and then you're going to put how long you practice for. Maybe it's 5 minutes, maybe it's 10 minutes. It'd be great for you to practice 5 or 10 minutes a day, maybe twice a day, just so you really stay on top of it, and have a parent sign it so we can give you guys some credit for doing that. Hope this makes enough sense. If you need to contact me, my information will be online. You can call the school, you can use the Remind app, reach out, let me know what you need.